I really, really don't like male music in drag for myself. I know some people do it and do it well, but I prefer a female song because you lose the illusion that you're trying to portray.
Hey guys, it's Travis Cronin, Entertainment Director at Us Weekly Magazine, and you are watching Drag Us Weekly, the show where we drag the wants, the hopes, the fears, the wishes of your favorite drag queens. And we are joined by the stunning, beautiful, sparkly legend from RuPaul's Drag Race, Canada Season 2, Kimora. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, Miss Kimora?
I am doing great. Incredibly busy with many different little things that are happening, but I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Well, you were, really having a lot of emotions during the reunion episode when you guys were backstage watching it. You were really living in that moment. How exciting was that for you?
Oh, it was so exciting, and that's why I didn't want to be a part of it. No, I'm a huge fan of the franchise in any way, shape, or form. So to me, that it was literally just the moment to really sit back and enjoy and watch those turn it.
Yes, watch someone else fight for a chance.
Exactly.
And your looks were so legendary. I don't even want to call them pageant because there's so much more, high fashion and couture in that. Tell me a little bit about the background of your aesthetic and how you pull these amazing, intricate looks together.
So the background for my aesthetic always has a little bit of I want to say a little bit of tongue-in-cheek while doing a little bit of, couture, because to me, fashion is everything. When you come from the ballroom scene, you realize that the avant-garde is a place that you'd like to live in. It's not always necessarily fashion forward, but it is different and it is unique and it stands out. So I think that's something where I've taken a little bit from the pageant world, which is why I love a gown, but I also take things from the ballroom world when it comes to being avant-garde, a little different, and never going with the grain, because when you go against the grain, you stand out. And when you stand out, you're noticed. And that's the point.
Yes, your looks were so original. The rainbow sequins, the yellow, the everything. What was your favorite look that you got to walk down the runway in?
That's hard because each look, there's a little bit of personality and love put into it. Favorite look is really hard. I'm going to say one of my favorite looks, honestly, was my monochromatic, the white, because I never wear white, ever. I despise white. And that was the last color that was left. And but so getting white and having Starzy execute it the way she executed it, and me being able to bring another character that I've never tried before, I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that look was so unexpected, and you were really just serving Regal Angel in that one.
Yep.
And, looking back, you've had so many highs and lows this season. What, watching it back, was the moment that you were most proud of, where you stepped out of your comfort zone, and what moments were the hardest for you to watch?
So for me, I think the highest moment, I think, will definitely be the Ugly Assassin look, for where I did the slave look. I think that to me is a high moment. I think I was lucky enough to be able to bring something that is controversial, yet the ability to talk about emotional states and how people feel from our community and bring that forward on the runway, because I don't think all the time there are moments that are really done where kind of political statements or social statements are really taken into consideration. I know Simone has done it, and I know a few other queens have done it as well, but in Canada, it hasn't been done. So I was happy to be the first person to really kind of take that stand and take that moment on the stage. That was the high. The low, let me see. Surprisingly, I know everyone would think the bird was the low. It wasn't. Because I know I'm crazy, and I know that moment I was just like, eh. But
I like that.
I thought it was the funniest thing on the face of the planet. And that's because I know myself. But I thought it was the funniest thing on the face of the planet. The low for me, what was my low? I think the same ball with with me having to make my Deadly Sin look. That was a low for me because I hate being frustrated and I hate seeing myself frustrated. So that was a low for me. I usually love tackling unconventional challenges, and that just threw me for a little bit of a loop.
Yeah, that was a lot for everyone, that ball. That was no playing. It seemed like it was really fast. So you were not alone there.
It was really fast. Like literally the dress portion, they said, oh, when we were coming in, they're like, okay, you have like half an hour just to touch up your outfits and then straight into makeup. And I literally made that dress in 15 minutes. So it was just like, okay, let's go. Let's pump it out. Let's get something done. Let's make sure there's something on this runway. So yeah, that was a weird one for me.
And how did you think that you grew as a performer and grew emotionally? Because I think all of the girls this season, you guys talked a lot about a lot of important social issues, gender issues, and there was such a beautiful sisterhood. And then you had these crazy challenges where you had to do things so fast. So what did you learn the most about yourself as a drag performer and about yourself as a human?
As a drag performer, one thing I definitely learned is I don't like male music. That is number one. I really, really don't like male music in drag for myself. I know some people do it and do it well. And I may bring the idea of messing around with something, but I prefer a female song because you lose the illusion that you're trying to portray when you do that. And I'm sure for a lot of people who do a lot of non-binary drag and everything else, that works for them because that there's a fine line for them. But because I do more female impersonation, I believe that was a weird thing for me. So as a performer, it taught me definitely stay within your zone and how you operate. Always try new things, but when you learn your lesson, learn it well. So that would be one thing as a performer. As a human, just simply that conversations are important. Being able to talk to people, even people who are different than you, who have different ideals than you, who have different ideas than you. It's important to have conversations, put everything out on the floor and simply be able to talk. You guys may not agree. You guys may not totally come to the formal conclusion. But you know what? Having that conversation and being able to talk about it really, I think, brings people together and brings an understanding amongst us as humans in general.
Yeah, I think that was so clear from all of you girls this season. It was so amazing to watch as a viewer. You all have these conversations for us, and then so we can go out in the world and have them ourselves was so great.
Exactly. And I think that's one great thing about our season is the ability for us to do that because it really does give people a safe space within this community and fandom to be able to say, hey, yeah, I think like this too. Or I've had a really difficult understanding of they, them, and everything else. And, now that we're coming into this and we know the change is coming, we know we have to adjust, but making sure that people understand to have a little grace and a little understanding because we're all coming from different backgrounds and different understandings of the English language in general, because it is vast and it is interpreted in so many different ways in so many different places. So it's good things to have at the end of the day.
I agree. And I know you are most likely booked and busy for the remainder, however far you can see. So tell all the fans out there how they can support you, buy your merch, what shows you have coming up, everything that Kimora has going on in her amazing, fabulous life.
So the merch is all coming. I'm doing a huge dump at the beginning of the year to start getting everything ready for DragCon because there's some exclusive pins and stuff I want to get going and happening and big moments. So I'm definitely getting the merch together and that's definitely coming. But one thing you can do is follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Kimora Amour or Amour _Kimora because that's where I like to have fun. I like to talk to people. I like to post. I like to have general conversations. Anyone is welcome to come in my messages and talk, because I love to do that and reach out to people and really talk to people, because you never know who you're changing and whose life you're changing with small little things like that. And of course, we're going on tour within the next few weeks. We have rehearsals all this week, and it's crazy, but it's going to be amazing. We are putting on a beautiful show. We got backup dancers, so you know what this means. We're turning it out.
I am so excited for the tour. It's going to be so much good energy and good vibes after you put in all that work. And congratulations, and thank you for, just being you all season and being so fun and amazing and inspiring to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a great one.
Thanks, you too, Kimora. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.